Hello, Lauren. Hello, everybody. Hello, J.A. Hello, Doug. Hello, Greg. Hello, Paul and Lauren. Hello, Pork Chop. Nothing from Mr. C since this morning. Nothing from Mr. C since this morning. Hello, Jet. Hello, Matt. Hello, Chili Philly. What's up, Wop Teasing Kim Marie? You found us. Look, dude, we were trying to hide from you. Everybody was like, come on, let's see if we can duck over there for a minute. No, just kidding. I'm glad you found us. Hello, Kukla. Hello, Tug. Hello, Cat and Calvin and Frosty. Who else am I missing? See, Rinka, Sissy, Jamie, Chrissy, Young at Heart. Man, I think everybody pretty much has found us at this point. At least all the regulars. Hello, Milton. Hello, Poppy J. Hello, Jill. Hello, Karen. 102 in Chicago. Brr, that's too much. Whoopties. We got news that's just all over the place, but we'll talk about it so we do it all at one time. Making certain I get this one. Let's see. Just getting something ready for you guys in case Diamond makes it into the house. Hello, Mr. Busy Biz. Hello, Big Red Rocker, Nebraska. Hello, Joe Barker. Hello, Sweet and Low. I'm going to answer that one for everybody at the same time. Hello, John. Hello, Broncos. Hello, Dewey. Whoa, trying to catch up. Hello, Diane. Bearded says volume is bouncing all over. Hello, Daniel. Mr. Taggart, it's good to see you. New York Patriot, Ocelot. Does it sound like I'm underwater? Is everybody else getting strange sound? Do we need to work on it? Volume's cracking, skipping. It's probably upload and dropping. Hopefully we will get through it. Maybe they don't want us talking. They figured out where it was at. Hello, Dave. Hopefully it will clear up. If not, I will make it quick and we will just go longer tomorrow and have fun. Yes, audio. Thank you, Doug. Yes, garbled. Better now. Much better. Bit glitchy, totally underwater, but you're fine now. Good. That's good to know. Market, where did the market end up, guys? Down 151 points on a day that it was supposed to be up. Not yet. YouTube's trolling me. Why not? The way I troll mainstream media. I guess fair is fair. I like it. Hello, Brenda. The only way we will have fun is the RV. We're going to have fun no matter what, but the RV going would certainly be much better. See, 141 billion lost on the Australian stock exchange. Is that over the past 2 days? 107. I think it was 119 billion yesterday. What happened to YouTube? We talked about J6. That was all it took. I mean, literally was all it took. We were talking about how it could have been avoided. I gave my thoughts on it. Bam! We were gone. See you next week, they say. Every time we get a little bit close or public opinion sways against the narrative, you can count on more and more conservative podcasters getting nixed. You guys call them truther, call them whatever you would like. They start popping us. They start trying to shut us down. And especially after the very horrendous viewership counts on the J and then the SIX on that whole front. Their normal viewership for those same channels is normally about 20 million, dropped about 11 million, not quite in half. People weren't worried about it. They were more worried about, can they eat? Can they put gas in their car? But we can't have conversations like that because it takes away from the narrative. So they start banning us. They start trying to punish us, shut us up, keep us from affecting any public opinion, which is kind of silly because 99% of you guys, 99.99% of you guys have similar views no matter what. You're still not going to believe anything that comes out of the propagandist. But it is their trick. That's the way they got. Fred, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, we definitely YouTube. How dare he? Yeah, they can't leave me running free. Might tell somebody the truth, and that'll hurt their feelings, won't they? Let's see. TL Cagliari, what would you do right now? Buy currency or silver? That is a loaded question. One, I'm not a professional. I always seek the advice from a professional. I always have to say that. It would depend on how much currency I have as opposed to how much silver. If I don't have a whole lot of silver, but I've already got a fair amount of the currencies, then I would buy silver. I would call up Money Metals, said, hey, yo, Mark Z sent me. I want some physical silver on hand. The upside of the currency, I personally believe, is going to be much higher than the upside of the silver, even though I think the silver is going to be very wildly successful. I just think the currencies have the potential to be even more successful. That's my thoughts on that one. I don't know about you. Yeah, see, Billy, I said something I wasn't supposed to say. Hello, Bigly Huge. Yeah, we always have to give the big old disclaimer. Read it here. Read it here. There is the disclaimer, the cover your butt part, because they love using everything against you. Mark, it would be hard to run with that much silver. 110 soldier. I guess you can afford more than I can. But or perhaps you are physically as challenged as I am and can't run at all. Somebody said chat keeps repeating, or people just keep putting in the same thing. We get a lot of spam. Tennessee, a lot of that. Pam Linson, this is a good question. Pam said, how will civilians get onto military bases? If they're going to handle redemptions on military bases, you will have a digital pass on your phone, or you will have a physical one you can print. So that you can share it. That is how I'm told they're going to get you on there. Hey, Bob just reached out. Hold on. Just responding to Mr. Locke, waiting to see if he has any news for us. He was commenting that it was strange how after all of the chatter this last week, how everything suddenly went quiet. I'm going to explain some of that and what we're hearing. I'm going to give everybody a chance to find us. It takes them a little longer now that we are over here on Trolling News. So let's just bear with it. We'll do the news at about the 10-minute mark. Wapties, unfortunately, it's not very difficult to get on military bases. You're right. I am. Hello, Joker. It's good to see you. Yeah, Gary, just like that, go to the military base, sign in, tell them what you're there for. Probably show them your email or your digital pass, and then they will give you a badge, tell you where to go. Heck, they might even escort you. Thomas Z, man, that is huge. Thank you, Thomas Z. Reading comments, never had any issues with Twitch ever. Twitch has always been pretty solid. Hey, and they don't remove me. War Admiral, boy, I tell you, there are a few, but it is a small handful. Small handful. Lisa Cathouse, many thanks, Lisa Cathouse. Hello, Red Elk, it's good to see you. Hello, Aussie Carey. Bearded Patriot. This is probably very good advice from Bearded Patriots. If you're trying to get on a base for redemption, make sure your driver's license valid, insurance valid. If you have a vehicle registration, make sure it's up to date. They do. Bearded Patriot. I'm glad you said that. Make certain they do. Or if you're really worried about it, take an Uber, because then you know it's going to be up to date, or they're not allowed to Uber. Don't tell them what you're going for. Hello, Ragamuffin. Hello, Nana Hannah. Hopefully things are getting good and hot. I did sing happy birthday to President Trump today. Oh, I didn't. Oh, God. I did not do it in the Marilyn Monroe fashion, though. That would have been scary. Oh, that's great. May, not strange if we understand that Biden keeps retracting his promise that he'll step down, then slides. It's crazy that he's still there. Crazy. Minimum age to exchange. I'm told you don't have to be 18, but you will have to have somebody with you if you're under 18. Keep in mind that for a corporation, you don't have to be 18. So you could always set up an LLC, a trust, or something like that for kids. At least that's my understanding of it. Walter, thank you much, Walter. Happy birthday. Yeah, a lot of people, happy birthday, Trump. I'm 100% disabled vet and can't get on any base except, and can get on, oh, wait, and can get on any base except Area 51. I have to have, oh, God, middle of wearing a, you guys, please do not picture me wearing that slingshot bathing suit singing happy birthday to do the Marilyn Monroe version. I'm going to need bleach to get that out of my mind. That's pretty bad, right? Oh, yeah. Joe, and no weapons in the car, not even a pocket knife. Cool, don't worry if your passport's expired. I know there's a tremendous amount of chatter about 2 forms of photo ID. Guys, I'm told 1 state-issued or government-issued picture ID that is valid and in date. You will certainly need something else, maybe a birth certificate, maybe a whatever to show who you are, Social Security card. But I'm told by all of my banking contacts that you only need 1 in-date photo ID. You don't have to have a driver's license and a passport. Great if you do. That will probably remove any need for any other documentation as to who you are. Somebody just said sound cracking. Biz, that will definitely help get you in real prison, not just Facebook jail or Twitmo or YouTube gulag. All right, it's 10 after. It's 11 after. I have gone too long. That's it, guys. Take care now. We are getting news that is really all over the place. From the bond people, they have not received dollars yet. A number of bond people have given me the same story. They're being told that there is pressure from Treasury to try to hold off a few more days, hoping the market will correct further so that they don't have to eat it, so they can pile it and leave it on the fiat system. I'm not certain if I buy that at all. I think it is an excuse to throw us off on our timing. DOD contacts seem to be very upbeat that things are indeed releasing at any moment and are in place. So right now we're getting a lot of back and forth, whether it's from the banking side, the military side, the political side, that to me is all smoke. Personally, I think it's because we are so close that they're trying to throw timing here at the last minute. I think we're going to need to just play this one out a few more hours, possibly another day or two, to get a better feel of where we're at. I find it very interesting that we are getting similar excuses from nearly all of the bond redemption areas, that they are being told it is a Treasury one, meaning somebody is feeding that same line to all of the Intel people, but also not just the Intel people, but to the actual bondholders. Meanwhile, you have the DOD side, or at least my DOD contacts, telling folks that we are there and on top of it in any moment, and that there is not a delay from Treasury. So pick one, wait and see. Me personally, I think they are throwing all kinds of different narratives out there just to keep us off kilter and unbalanced. I'm going to wait before I overreact to any of it and see what tomorrow brings. That there's this much chatter, to me, is a good thing. I'm not going to panic at this point, because I do know we were told to expect this as we wind out the last few days, and I hope it is just days. Whew. Flamer considers source CW. Holy smokes, can you imagine making that kind of money? Somebody just said he makes $1 million a month. I can't imagine he does, but hey, politicians are doing it. David's birthday. Happy birthday, David. It would make an excellent birthday present. I am praying for you that is the one we hit. Okay, I'm reading all of these. Yeah, a number of folks giving the president happy birthdays. I'm visually handicapped and not sure my wife can't maintain the NDA. Will the Redemption Center help me with this? I am certain that they will. Just explain what you got going on. DOD, Department of Defense, Pepito, Department of Defense. I didn't even think about that one. If you're not American or have not been here a long time, you probably are like, what? Old enough to know better. If your driver's license shows veteran, you're likely to get a lot of handshakes from base gate personnel. They understand much better than your next door. Yeah, guys, we need a better community for vets. We do. That needs to be a priority post-RV. Mark, I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I'll have my people call your people and we'll work things out. Navy vet, I appreciate that. Let's see if we can get that done. Update for Diamond for you was very simple. Let's see. I'm going to see what Bob had. Unfortunately, I'm running around and won't be able to focus next Thursday or tomorrow night for Bob Locke. I will work out which one with him, see if I can line up tomorrow night. That would be great if I can. Let's see what I had. Lorraine, thank you so very much. Lulu Patriot, thank you so very much. Let's keep moving. Let me see if I can find her again. But in a nutshell, she was telling me that all stars are aligned. She said, Flag Day today, Trump's birthday, and a full strawberry moon. All stars are aligned. Now we got to read through what that means, right? Renee, thank you. Interesting Chase Bank info. I work for a major travel agency, and Chase just bought us out. I guess they're looking for other revenue sources. I think they are. I've had some interesting banking stories from you guys in general this week. Let's see if I can find any of them. Let's see. Somebody went to a Capital One bank in Port Arthur, Texas. Sign on the front door says, we will be closed Monday. This is a bank, okay? This is a Capital One bank branch. This isn't like Billy Bob's Lizard Licks Bank and Trust. This is a major one. It says, we will be closed Monday, the 20th of June, in celebration and observance of Father's Day. Father's Day was the note on the door at a Capital One bank branch. Can you imagine that? We're just going to close for Father's Day. Not even a federal holiday. I mean, just something doesn't make sense. Thornton, I'm going to open a no-kill shelter with housing units for homeless people who can help take care. I actually like that one. I have a cafeteria where everyone can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I like it. MG Toe, Juneteenth. You know, if you're going to have a holiday, it'd be best just to call it Juneteenth, and that's worth taking off for my book. So somebody just said, Boone Chaka Chaka. No Juneteenth? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'm trying to follow. Happy Bee. ATM's been on and off all parts of Ontario, different locations over the last couple of days. Around the world, Happy Bee, not just in Ontario. There was a problem processing all debit cards in Connecticut, much of the New England area over the weekend. There are some crazy things happening. Right, let's rip through some news real quickly. And then say happy birthday. And I'll sing again if you guys need me to. I'm not going to do the Marilyn Monroe one. We do have some interesting things going on in the news, though. $180 a barrel, expectations of a big jump in oil prices. Most experts are calling for about 150 for the end of the summer, possibly 180 before the end of the year, which is going to spell trouble at the pumps. But for Iraq in this RV process, it will allow them to increase the rate at which they can pay off a revaluation and help their people. They go into just what it means to them economically. With that change in value, since they are pumping as hard and as fast as they can. Out of D.C., we are ready to work with any Iraqi government on condition. The only condition is they put the Iraqi people first. They put the sovereignty of Iraq and the interests of the Iraqi people at the center of its agenda. We've been expecting this. This is exactly why the Sadr's bloc resigned en masse to force things to move forward. I think this is another positive sign. We're going to keep rolling through news. This wasn't the one I thought. Nicaragua's Ortega invited Russian army forces to enter his country in the second half of 2022. This is just me following up on a story that I talked about this morning, or a news leak over the last day or two that they were going to move forward, and that they have also in possession of labs funded by the U.S. government. Biden support among Gen Z and millennials is collapsing. Why? I found it interesting that Vox put this one in here. They claim that they've not gone far enough on leftist causes, and that's the reason why. I think it's more they're coming to their sense after having so many on-the-street conversations with young people. But I did. I think most importantly is his disapproval and his approval rating. 18 to 34-year-olds, he has a 21% approval rating, a 58% disapproval rating. What's interesting about this one, he used to enjoy over a 60% approval rating and only had a very small disapproval rating in the 10s, not even in the 20s. Most people were just agnostic on whether they liked him or not of the balance. So that is a huge switch, and they are trying to figure out what and why. It's because he abandoned them. He hadn't done anything. It was all hot air and no action. And then they see the craziness of the woke world really collapsing around them. They're not confused. You got to remember, 99.9% of all people you talk to, they know what a male is. They know what a female is. They know which way's up. They know which way's down. They know how many genders there are. They're not confused. Some folks are, but they're not. So you continually push these crazy narratives, try to convince them that 2 + 2 is 5. They wake up and they give you the old middle finger. They just don't want to hear it anymore. That's why you're losing them. Uganda announces discovery of huge gold deposits. I shouldn't say breaking story. It is 4 or 5 days old, 6 days old now. But I'm just catching it. They're talking about upwards of $12 trillion worth of gold in the ground to pull out in Uganda. When you are looking for future, whenever there's been a reset in the past, the country that has the most natural resources but has a low level on their currency creates a tremendous opportunity. This one, I think, could be a tremendous opportunity moving forward. That's my thought. I've got a lot more research to do. Do your own, talk to, but I took this one as a really good sign for where do I go in the future on investments possibly. My thoughts, always seek the advice of a professional. Bank runs, progress with China, how Turner did one on it. As we were talking about, we were 2 weeks ahead of mainstream media. Of course, House picked up on it. Epic Times, I think, did a small piece on it. You will start seeing this play out in NBC's, CNBC's, Bloomberg, all of those soon. They can only ignore the real news for a while. They even break it down to which regions are having problems and which banks. I got a message from Chime saying they'll be closed on the 20th as well. In their worlds, Juneteenth, National Independence Day, June 20th, observed. Blackbird, that is interesting. Everybody giving different reasons. Everybody giving different reasons. So I'm finding that very interesting as to why the banks are closed. Back to the bank runs. It will spill. The banks don't have the money. The banks here don't have your money. The banks in Europe don't have your money. The banks in Japan don't have your money. They do not have enough money to pay for your accounts. Think that one through. I've never been a helter-skelter rush, get all your money out of the bank, but it does tickle my spidey sense a little. All right, pathologist, lollipops causing foot-long blood clots. I'm going to leave that one there so I don't get in trouble. Bounce right over here to ex-FBI senior official Michael Steinbach had numerous contacts with media watchdogs. You know, Bannon told us that people were starting to whistleblow left and right. Appears he was correct. China bank protests stopped by health codes turning red, depositors say. Now, what this means, guys, is with their new social status score, they can assign whether you're allowed out or not through their contract tracing app. If they flag you on your cell phone, you have to have your cell phone to be out and about. It will have an app on it that shows that you are flagged as a sick person so that you are not allowed out. So what they have done, anybody that they think is any kind of threat of protesting about the run on banks and them not having money, they have flagged so that the police have a reason to lock them up and to quarantine them for weeks on end or throw them in a gulag. So what they have done to stop some of these mass protests in Shanghai that were scheduled for today is they took all the people that they thought might show up or in the areas they thought might show up, and they dinged their phone and said, boom, they're sick, even though they're not. That was their way of quenching it. Is that not scary when you start thinking about big tech, when you start thinking about social status scores controlling what you can and can't do, can and can't buy, apps like that. I know Canada's pushing forward with a system like that. Politicians here in the States have talked about it. This is the Orwellian future if we don't continue to fight and scream. Right here in front of your eyes, China bank protests stopped by health codes turning red, depositors say. A massive protest was planned in Shanghai over the run on banks and banks not having cash. Fantastic piece. I would love to play a minute or two. I don't know how you feel about it. Oh, no, I can't because that would be removed. So let's see, just hoping that it's up. Evening links for June 14th are already up. Fantastic. Guys, an absolutely must watch. I go back and forth with my opinion of Mr. Cruz. I can tell you here over the last year or so, my impression of him has increased greatly, or rebounded, I should say. Please watch this. This is all about Mr. Epps and the FBI. Who knew what, who had who what, and then listen to the answers or lack thereof from the FBI. They never deny. They simply say they cannot comment. Please, I beg of thee to watch this. Maybe one of the most important things you watch today. Democrats admit, this is another one of those that I would highly suggest that is absolutely worth watching. The leadership have already admitted that there are going to be no prosecutions coming out of that clown show that they have going on in D.C. right now. They have some very upset people because the whole thing is falling apart because nobody's interested. And the narrative is simply losing traction, not gaining traction, losing traction. It's losing them more support because people want them. They're like, quit messing with this. It's time to move on and fix real problems. Now, there's a challenge for Republicans. It's not enough to say Joe bad. What are you going to do if you do get majority in the Congress and the Senate? What are you going to do day one? Is it just, we're going to go on a witch hunt. We're going to go after Joe. We're going to impeach. We're going to do this. What are you going to do? Are you going to pass real legislation? Are you going to fix any of these problems? Or are you just going to do the same thing that the Democrats did, quickly go after Trump as soon as they get power? Same thing that we saw in the Republicans going after Clinton, going after Obama. The same thing we saw when Obama was in power, going after Bush. It is a tale as old as time. Here is the time. This is a watershed moment in history. This will decide whether the phoenix rises and the eagle comes out of the ashes fighting, or just more of this partisan politics. You actually have to have policy ready and prepared on how to fix this boondoggle. All right, that's me challenging them. Sri Lanka, if our government cared, they would be doing the exact same thing. Sri Lanka gives public workers an extra day off to grow food, meaning they're going down to a 4-day work week for government and city and public employees so that they have time to prepare for the coming food shortages, so that they have a day dedicated each week to garden, to get fruit trees, to stockpile, to be prepared. Meanwhile, here in the States, they told us we were never going to see. I remember it was back in, I believe it was early April, they told us food shortages were definitely coming for the world, but not for the United States. Then a couple weeks later, no baby formula. People started seeing things run out. Mainstream news started telling them, hey, you need to start thinking about food. Your government has yet to look you in the eye. I mean, like right here, like I'm looking at the camera, like whoosh, and say, plant a garden. That's what they did in World War II. That's what they did in World War I. Heck, there were even times in Vietnam where they talked about it. But nothing out of your government to prepare. They don't want you to prepare. You're the carbon that they want to reduce. Be prepared. Now I'm back with you. Retired. I'm just trying to catch up. I know I missed a lot. Wasn't over there playing cleanup in chat. You guys are awesome. Brendan, not unless you have a whole heck of a lot. I do not think they will take anybody's over probably 200 grand or so. What else have I missed? Let's see. June 20th is my 68th birthday. Let's see if we can get this done before then. All right. Anybody with a birthday today? Since I sang to Donald this morning, I should probably sing to you guys this evening. Angelina, what are the ramifications if I took all my money out of the bank? For you, nothing. Ramifications for me, if I were fear-mongering, trying to get everybody to do a run on the bank, they could certainly claim all kinds of craziness. Everybody's got to do what they think is right. I'm just going to tell you the facts. Less than 2% of deposits actually exist in a bank. That is a fact. You can look it up. You can search it. It is easy to find out. It's in our own government's records. Pickles, I love it. You identify as a pickle. I identify you as a pickle. Mile High, I absolutely believe Biden is gone with the GCR. I do. DD, it's good to see you. I did not know it was the Elks Lodge that started Flag Day. I can neither confirm nor deny. I'm a unicorn. I love it. Hello, Mark DeMarco. Happy birthday to all those celebrating. Want to celebrate this day with you. Already had, was it Steve, I think, chimed in. Cat, looking good on that new 60-inch television. Life size. Please don't ever do that again, right? I think I just popped some people's eyes. Debbie, another really rough day in trucking. So ready for the RV. I'm ready to finish it for you. I'm a little worried, just like you said here, though. How many of our truckers are currency holders? Who's going to deliver all these great things for it? Booger, I don't have to sing to you, but you know I want to. La, 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 la. Cat Condo, I sang for him earlier. Happy birthday to all the birthday people. Call it a night. Hulk says call it a night. I am excited about that. All seed packages have been shipped today. Thank you all. We'll do it again in the fall. I am very excited about that one. We're going to try to make it really big and meaningful in the fall. Bearded, I've not heard that he doesn't think it's going to happen until 2025. I've heard that he is worried that it may not happen until fall because of all the political stuff going on, but I've not heard anything about 2025. Iraq will burn to the ground before then. It's going to happen before then. There will not be any political utopia. There will not be calm. There will be nothing but unrest until they revalue, and rightfully so. That's my take. We even had an article like that someone released in a briefing for the IMF that you're not going to get political stability in Iraq until they revalue. That's why they were pushing for a near. We shared that article, 3 months ago, I think, maybe 4 months ago at this point. Michael, I would expect gold to go up and silver to go up immediately with the RV, if not before. All right. I haven't seen anybody else chime in on the birthday thing. Skinwalker Ranch. I've only watched a couple of them, but it's fascinating. I love the whole Blind Frog Ranch show too. I'm ready for a new season. Darlene, that's probably because of the switch over to trolling news. Let's see. Reading through, not saying that. I guess I get to dip out of here. If I miss it, I'll be glad to sing again. Oh, I am pretty excited about these. I've received a couple, like when I talked about needing drums. I received like a little drum set, which is fun. I can literally, like right here, it's like a little electronic thing. I can when I need to do the drums, or got another one, which is fun. See? They're cheering for me. I'm loving it. So anyways, been having fun stuff, getting fun stuff done here. All right, guys, have a great night. I am going to get some dinner. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. All right, I think I'm off the hook. Going to focus tomorrow on, for those that have not seen it, on projects, Zim, humanitarian. We will try to keep the news short. I will even live write a paragraph or two of what I expect you to need for humanitarian if you're trying to go for extra dollars. My thoughts on it, how I plan on handling it for me. Let's see. I do. You're right. I need some canned laughter. Now, I do have a canned boo. So that one's fun, too. Take care, Kukla. Thanks for all the help. Yeah, I'm local now. Did you steal that from the Biden campaign back in 2020? I found it in his basement when they foreclosed on his house. Ba-da-ding. There's the rim shot. See you guys in the morning unless we do get some solid breaking news.